How can imaginary pregnancy lead to assassination? Let's find out. During 1860s, Draginja Lunjevica was born in prominent but poor family in Serbia. There is dispute over the year of her birth. Every Draginja in Serbia is nicknamed Draga, which means dear. Draga Lunjevica received the best education available to a female in Serbia. She spoke several foreign languages, including Russian, French, and German. Her childhood wasn't happy. Both her parents were clinically insane. Draga had to earn money, so she started writing novels and short stories. She also translated foreign books to Serbian. At the time, women working in Serbia were seen as abomination. Rumors claimed Draga was a girl with loose morals. This was never proven. In 1883, Draga married Svetozar Mašin, much older Czech civil engineer. Mašin died in 1886. They didn't have children. Draga had to continue working to support herself. She was also helping her siblings. Serbian Queen Natalia needed a lady-in-waiting. Draga was seen as perfect for the role. While on the job, Draga met Queen Natalia's son Alexander. King Alexander was at least 10 years younger than Draga. We don't know when their affair started. Serbian public had nothing against King having a mistress. His father, King Milan, was famous for his romantic conquests, but everyone expected King Alexander to marry some young foreign princess. King Alexander was the last Obrenović, so the pressure was on him to start producing children. In 1900, King Alexander shocked the country with his decision. He was going to marry Draga, the woman he loved. Public turned against the engaged couple. They married in August 1901. Queen Natalia and former King Milan were strongly against this marriage. Draga was called Draga Mašin even after her marriage to Alexander. This was seen as an insult. Draga was still seen as widow of Mašin and not as the queen. People were concerned Draga was too old to have a child. Others claimed she was barren. Draga was even described as working for foreign governments. People didn't like the fact Draga often talked to foreign diplomats. Draga had two brothers who were army officers. They were disliked in the army by their peers. Rumors claimed that Draga wanted one of her brothers to inherit the throne. This is not likely, considering Draga's brothers were similar age like Alexander. There was real chance they might die before Alexander. One day it was announced Queen Draga was pregnant. This was seen as a turning point. A baby would make Draga more acceptable in the eyes of the public. Draga would be forgiven if only she provided Alexander with an heir. Meanwhile, Alexander was making unpopular political decisions. Obrenović dynasty had rivalry with Karađorđević dynasty. Many believed Petar Karađorđević was a better choice for a king. Everything depended on the baby. 9 months had passed and there was no baby. Doctors examined the queen and declared she was never pregnant. She had imaginary pregnancy. A woman who desperately wants a child can experience symptoms of the pregnancy without actually being pregnant. Imaginary pregnancy was the final nail in the coffin. Many believed this was a lie. They claimed Draga wanted to pass her sister's child as hers. Sadly, her sister lost the baby, so Draga's devious plan was ruined. However, people around the queen saw the symptoms of the pregnancy. She was even examined by the doctor who confirmed the pregnancy. How was this possible? Before sonograms and blood tests existed, doctors had had time to confirm pregnancy. King never doubted Draga's pregnancy. To celebrate his future fatherhood, he gave pardon to political prisoners. One of them was Nikola Pasic, who was Serbian prime minister during World War I. People started gossiping about possible divorce. Serbian kings divorced in the past. Dissatisfied army officers formed a secret organization called Black Hand. Their plan was to kill the royal couple and give crown to Petar Karađorđević. On the night 29-30 May 1903, Alexander and Draga were killed. This is known as May Coup. Army officers stormed the palace and killed king and queen. Their bodies were thrown out of the window. In 1903, Petar became the new Serbian king. Members of the Black Hand controlled Serbia. They participated in the assassination of Franz Ferdinand in 1914. All important members of Black Hand died during World War I. Dragutin Dimitrievich Apis was seen as the leader of Black Hand. In 1917, Apis was accused of trying to kill Regent Alexander, son of King Petar. Apis was executed. In 1920, Austrians made a silent film, Queen Draga. In 1932, Americans made a film, A Woman Commands. Draga was played by Paula Negri. In 1995, Serbs made a TV series called The End of Obrenović Dynasty. Serb historians in recent decades rehabilitated the image of Queen Draga. She wasn't evil seductress anymore. Now it is believed that many liked Draga as queen. Interesting fact is that there were 2 autopsies of the royal couple. First examination was done right after the killings. Doctors declared it was impossible for Draga to ever get pregnant. Her uterus was deformed. They also said the king had deformed skull. In 1917, Austro-Hungarian occupators performed another examination of the bodies. They said neither Draga's uterus nor Alexander's skull were deformed. In fact, they stated they found the remains of a fetus among Draga's bones. This means she was pregnant at the time of her death. Whose version we should accept? Doctors from 1903 and doctors from 1917 had reasons to lie. Doctors in 1903 would want to make Draga and Alexander look bad. Doctors in 1917 would want to make Draga and Alexander look good. These findings were never verified. Coffins were sealed. The tragic couple is buried inside the crypt of St. Mark's Church in Belgrade. If only Draga managed to give birth, the whole European history might have been different. Am I exaggerating? Obrenović dynasty was close to Austria-Hungary. World War I might have been avoided if Obrenović was still ruling Serbia in 1914. Black Hand would have had much less influence if there had been legitimate heir. I always notice similarities between Draga and Anne Boleyn. They were both non-royals who married kings. They both failed at giving birth to a son. They were both accused of many things they probably didn't do. They were both killed. Even in death, their reputations were tarnished. At least that is changing. A street in Belgrade was named after Queen Draga in 2021. We can only hope Queen Draga will keep her rightful place in Serbian history.